we ready? Okay. Thank you very much for making the time to come for this press briefing. This press briefing is being done by us as representing the women leaders, elected leaders. We are deeply shocked and heartbroken by the tragic discovery of bodies in an abandoned quarry near Kware Mukuru kwa Jenga. Our hearts go out to the families and friends of the victims during this incredibly difficult time. No one should have to endure such pain and loss. As women leaders, we strongly condemn these brutal acts of violence and call for immediate and thorough investigations to ensure that all those responsible are brought to book. This horrifying incident underscores the urgent need to address security concerns and protection of all citizens in our society. We demand accountability from all the security chiefs responsible for the area surrounding Mukuru kwa Jenga. It is critical that those entrusted with our safety and security to be held accountable for failing to prevent such horrific crimes. We insist that these officials be investigated and if found negligent, to be held accountable. We also want to appreciate the swift response by the Embakasi Division Police and the DCI. However, we urge for a transparent and expedited investigation to bring the perpetrators to justice without delay. The safety of all citizens must be a top priority, and this tragic incident highlights the need for strengthened security measures in these vulnerable areas. The government must take immediate action to increase patrols, improve surveillance, and ensure that all communities, especially those in high-risk areas, feel safe and are protected. We also urge the public to cooperate with the police by providing any information that might help in the investigation. It is only through collective effort that we can identify and bring those responsible for these heinous crimes to justice. As women leaders, we call on the government and relevant authorities to provide support and counseling services to the families of the victims in this time of mourning. It is essential that we come together as a community to support those who are grieving. We are also committed to ensuring that there is enhanced capacities for all sectors in government and in society to continue advocating for the protection and empowerment of individuals and especially women across Kenya. We will work tirelessly to ensure that the rights and safety of all citizens are upheld and that violence is eradicated from our society. The safety and security of every woman, boy, girl, child, and man, and indeed every citizen, must be ensured. And we demand immediate and decisive action to prevent such atrocities from occurring in the future. The women leaders of Kenya. Thank you.
CI was able to move with speed since the discovery of the first bodies on Saturday, and we are glad that the first suspect has been arrested this morning. The shocking revelation that this could have started way back in 2022, and the first victim having been the wife of the said suspect, and that as at to date he claims that he has done this to 42 women, takes us back to a conversation we've had with the National Police Service over the years. The need to have gender desks in every police station or police posts of well-trained gender officers, because if that had been the case and there was a way of collecting this information as it comes in these police stations and police posts over the months and then the years, then a certain thread would have been identified early enough to tell you that there's a certain person targeting women. Because then when you have reports of about 10 women disappearing from different families in 1 month, and then maybe another 5 and then another 6, then you are able to see a particular trend and you start working on it. So we are going to be asking the National Police Service going forward to revive the gender desks that we had created way back after passing the Sexual Offences Act, and ensure that they work closely with the Ministry of Gender so that these officers are well trained, they get the necessary budgetary support, and we have some form of collecting data that comes every day into police stations so that we are able to have data that is able to let us know where we are on gender-based violence, for example. And we are not saying that we shouldn't. Gender is not just about women, by the way. It's also about men. So we are able to also look at crimes from a gender lens and be able to identify where that could be coming from. So really, I think from here, as the women leaders, we are really going to push for that to happen, and happen very soon. We are also going to push, as the supplementary budget comes back on the floor of the House, we can make sure there's some money put aside for this kind of information and this kind of arrangement, so that going forward, we can also deal with femicide and other gender-related crimes that seem to target certain gender, so that they can stop. And we believe that will be the way forward. We also hope that from here we're also going to know, was it this one singular suspect who has done these crimes alone, or could it be a group of certain people or certain persons? We hope that we can get to the bottom of this problem and really take this opportunity to condole with all those families that have been affected, and stand by the statement, of course, read by Governor Waiguru on the need for emotional support and psychological support and even economic support to the families that have been affected. Thank you.
Pengine nikizungumza kwa Kiswahili, tetezi wa wanawake, na nikisema kwanza nipongeze viongozi wa kike ambao wameweza kujitokeza na kuweza kulizungumzia swala kama hili. Kama watetezi tumekuwa tikilia kwa muda mrefu iwapo mwanamke anadhulumika na kuweza kunyanyasika kwamba viongozi hawajitokezi, lakini safari hii tumeona kuna viongozi ambao wamewacha makazi yao, leo ni Jumatatu, wameacha shughuli zao, wamekuja kuongelea hili swala. La pili ni kuhimiza serikali. Tunaelewa kwamba ikiwa vifo ni takriban watu 42, lazima kuna vyenye mnajua hili jambo venye linatendeka. Tumeona kuna SIM card ambazo zimepatikana. Hakuna SIM card ambayo mtu anachukua bila kujiregister. Wewe unapeanaje SIM card kadhaa kwa mtu mmoja ambaye anatumia kitambulisho kimoja? Kuna simu zinapatikana. Tunajua kuna MMI codes ambazo unaweza kutrace. Kama vitengo vya usalama, tunafanya intelligence work gani? Kwa hivyo kitu ambacho sisi tunahofia kama wanawake, watetezi na viongozi katika hii nchi yetu, kesho tunaenda wapi? Tutajuaje next ni mheshimiwa Waiguru ama mwingine tena? Tutakuwa na imani gani kwamba tutakapokwenda katika public eyes kwamba sisi lives zetu ziko protected? So sisi tunachokitaka ni kwamba wanawake, because now this is turning into a femicide, wanawake haki zao ziangaliwe ni vipi zinakuwa protected na kila aina ya binadamu, kwa sababu we can never repeat history. Tumemaliza Shakahola, tumekuja katika hii Mkuru. How can it go like this? Every day kunatoka massacres, and the country we are having, it's a democratic country. So we want to end this, and we end now.
Thank you. Here today as Kenya women leaders, and I think this is our saddest day in history, having to discover that we have 42 women that we have lost, and this actually becomes a femicide. And we are here today in solidarity to say that we want these perpetrators brought into books. And as our women leaders have already spoken before me, we say that we want enhanced systems, and we want to have the security of women, because we are not also secure as women. Those women might have been killed today, but which woman is next online? It can be me, it can be you. And so we want to say that women's lives must be protected by all means and by all costs. We are happy that government has come in swiftly to start finding the perpetrators, but we want to say that this is not the work of one person. We need from the SIM card information. We need from everything that has been traced to trace the perpetrators, because it is so sad that someone who have killed 42 women was still out there on the streets roaming. Who was going to be next? And we are saying today that this thing happened between 2022 and now. It means that we have a disconnect. And formation of the gender desk in every police station would have helped a lot in identifying these people. And so we want to say, as women leaders of Kenya, we are very sad today. We resonate with the people that have lost their lives and their families that are grieving today. And as women leaders of Kenya, we are grieving together with you, and we will stand with you in this cause to make sure that these perpetrators are brought into books. We are also happy with the civil societies. We have held hands today as women leaders of the Republic of Kenya. We are saying enough is enough. We also held hands with our churches and say enough is enough. Women lives must count and women lives must be protected. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Excuse me. We are ready? Yeah, my name is Dr. Joyce Mwekali Mutinda, the chair of the National Gender and Equality Commission. I would want to send our condolences from the commission to the families of the 42 women who have been murdered. From the Gender Commission, this is femicide, which was so rampant at the beginning of the year. But today, I'm so saddened that it even started earlier than that. That is in 2022, according to DCI's information this morning. So we are calling on the DCI and his group. We had issued a statement before, but we are calling on him again to ensure that investigations are carried on, and this particular culprit that was arrested today, not only is he brought to book, but he is interrogated enough just to say those he's working with. From the Gender Commission, we take care of the rights of not only women, but also of the youth. And we have noted with a lot of, with very heavy heart, as a mother and the chair of this commission, that most of these women are young. It is very unfortunate. And I want to call on the young women and the people of this country to be able to report when they see such disappearances. If we fear going to the police, please feel free to come to the National Gender and Equality Commission. You can also log on and report to us online. There will be somebody at all times waiting. Even as we call on police to do that which they should do, it is imperative that all of us need to take care of the lives of everybody. The Constitution is so clear that everybody has a right to life, and nobody should take that life away. It is very unfortunate that this culprit, the first person to murder, was his own wife. I'm calling on that family. That lady must have had a mother, a father, or even a child. Come forward and report. And the National Gender and Equality Commission, I want to commit. We are going to work with these families, even in court, with our friends. FIDA, you don't have to pay for those people to be followed. And I want to thank the DCI for what he has done and encourage him to do much more. Thank you, and we continue to mourn. Men of this country, please leave my women alone. Thank you.
Pia nyinyi mnaumia. Mko mbaya kutuliko. Mko mbaya kutuliko. Kwa nini? Mnaona tulikuwa na watetea. Na watetea pia nyinyi. Watokeni hapo. No, ofisa. Hapana. Mbona mnatumia nguvu? Mnatumia sisi na mambo. Lakini ni haki yangu bwana. It's my right bwana. Mbona mnanifanya hivi?
Ndo gani? Mawe.